Good morning, students. So we are continuing with the same topic, improvement in crop yield. In improvement in crop yield, I explained you in the last classes about crop variety improvement, how we can improvise the variety of the crop plants to get the better yield. After that, I explained you about the crop production management. In crop production management, we have to take care of the production unit. So, to improvise this production, first I taught you about the nutrient management program. We should provide proper nutrition to the plants. I explained you macro micronutrients, manure fertilizers. So these all are the nutrients of the plant. We can provide the nutrients to the plants to improvise our crop yield. Next, I taught you about the irrigation facilities. Plants should irrigated properly. The irrigation facilities of a farmer should be well established so that to get or enhance the crop yield or production of the crop. Next, I explain you about the cropping pattern. By changing the cropping pattern, we can improvise our crop yield. So today I will explain you about the crop protection management. Now your crop is ready. Now how we can protect it? Definitely, we should protect it from the weeds. We should protect it from the insects. We should protect it from the pests, diseases, and at last, when the protection is over, when we harvest that crops, after that, the important point is there how we are storing that grains. So in this crop protection management, we will study about weeds, insect pests, crop disease, and storage of grains. First, I am starting up with the weeds. So weeds are what? Weeds are the unwanted plants which grow near the crop. So that are very harmful to the plant. Why? Because they are the unwanted plant in the cultivated field which grow near the crop plant. They compete with the crops for the food, space and light. Definitely they are capturing the space over there. So definitely they are competing for the food, space and light. The important nutrients they are take up from the soil, and that should be provided to the crop plant for better growth. But these all weeds take up all the important nutrients from the soil, and they also capture the space and light for that is very beneficial for the proper development of the crop plant. So the removal of weeds is very important. So few are the examples of weed plants like xanthium. Xanthium in Hindi you used to say it gokru, and parthenium, that is gajar ghas, amaranthus, chenopodium. So these are the examples of weeds, or you can say the unwanted plants. So this is very important to remove all this. It's very important to remove these all weeds. So how we can remove these weeds? By implementing the mechanical methods, culture methods, chemical methods, and biological methods. First is mechanical methods. It includes the uprooting, hand hoeing, and plowing. You can uproot it, you can pluck it, you can hand hoeing. These all includes the mechanical method. Culture methods: proper seed bed preparation, intercropping, crop rotation, that I explained you all in this in the type of crop protection production management. No, so proper seed bed preparation is there, intercropping pattern, crop rotation, and timely sowing of crops. Then automatically the weeds can be removed from the field. Next is chemical method. By using the chemicals, you can remove these weeds out. Chemicals like weedicides and herbicides can check the growth of weeds. Next is biological control. Prickly pear weeds, or you can say that Apensia, is controlled by the cochineal insects. Okay, this insect is responsible for the removal of the weed, whereas aquatic weeds can be controlled by the fish called as grass carp. So these is the method, or you can say the biological control method for removing the weeds. Now we will study about insects and pests. Now the farmers has to protect their crops from this insect pests. So they affect the health of the crop and reduces its yields. So how the crops get, how the pest or insect attack the crop? They attack the crop in three ways. First, they cut the root, stem and leaf. They used to cut the root, stem and leaf. As you can see, it in wheat, wheat weevil is the name of the pest, wheat weevil, and in rice the leaf hopper is that name of the insect pest. They used to cut the root, stem and leaf. Next, what they will do, they suck the cell sap from the various parts of the plant. As you can see in the mustard plants, aphids do this, or the painted bug do this. They suck the cell sap. Next, they bore into the fruits and stem. Bore or dig the fruits and stem. As you can see, the sugar cane, top borer, and chickpea, pod borer, they used to bore the fruits and stem. Now this pest has to be controlled because obviously they are hampering the growth of the crop yield. They are reducing its quality. They are reduces its quality and as well the yields. So it can be controlled by this by employing the following methods. First, by using the poisonous chemicals. Poisonous chemicals, use of pesticides and fungicides, as I also explained in case of weeds also. There there in the case of weeds we are using the weedicides. So in the case of this pests or insects, we can use the chemicals, poisonous chemicals such as pesticides or fungicides. But you have to keep in mind, or the farmers have to keep in mind, the amount should be regulated in a proper manner, because these are poisonous in nature. It can also damage the crops as well as the field, because it is very poisonous in nature, and the chemicals definitely it can damage the field also. So the proper amount should be maintained by the farmers. Next point, you can see use of resistant varieties. Definitely, if the varieties are resistant to this insect and pest, they can't hamper the crop. These varieties are least affected by the pest because they are already resistant. That I explained you in the last class. The scientists are working upon this, that crops should get resistant to various insects and crops. If the crops are automatically resistant, then the insect and pest can't hamper them to the extent. Next, summer plowing. What is summer plowing? In this, fields are plowed deep in summer to destroy pests and weeds. Preventive measures, that proper seed bed preparation, timely sowing of crops, intercropping, crop rotation, the same that we also see in the case of weeds. So these are the preventive measures to avoid this insects and pests. Next, we will see the crop disease. Crop disease. Crop diseases are diseases in plants which is caused by the bacteria, virus, fungi. So obviously it is caused by the bacteria, viruses and fungi. These are produced and you can say the transmitted via air, via water and via soil. So obviously these are the pathogens, that bacteria, viruses, fungi. So these can cause or you can say these can hamper the your crops. So how the control measures can be taken to prevent all these. So control measures by the use of pesticides like herbicides, insecticides and fungicides. Again I am telling you, the amount of these chemicals should be is controlled. The amount should be controlled. The timing and the amount is to be regulated properly, because the chemicals are harmful for the field as well as from the crop as well as for the crops. So it also leads to the environmental pollution. So the amount should be regulated properly. So this is about the crop diseases that occurs by the pathogens like bacteria, viruses and fungi. So now till now we studied about the weeds, how the weeds are spoiling the crops, how this insects pests are spoiling the crops, and how crop diseases are responsible for the spoilage of the crops. Next, so these are the factors which can have a bad effect or ill effect on your crop production. Now after harvesting, after the harvesting of the crops, the most important part is the storage of grains, or you can see the storage of grains, or you can say that for increasing crop production, the proper and safe storage of grain is very useful, or you can say it's equally important. Obviously we are doing the crop variety improvement, you are improvising the crop production management. Last, in crop protection management, the storage is equally and most important point to be taken care of. When the crop is harvested, the seeds and grains are stored in the godowns and stores. But during the storage, the grains and seeds are subjected to spoil during are subjected to spoil due to the various agencies. You can see how they can spoil, how the storage of grains can be spoiled there. So during storage of grains, high loss can occur. You can see around 9.3%. If we are taking an estimate of about 9.3% of the crop is being spoiled due to the improper storage of grains. So it has to be keep in mind that the storage should be equally important and should take proper care of. So the factors responsible for such losses are, so what are the factors? The biotic and abiotic. Biotic means living and abiotic means non-living. So biotic factors like sometimes the insects, rodents, birds, fungi, mites, bacteria can spoil the crops. Abiotic sources like moisture content and temperature can spoil the crops. Effects of these factors on the grains are as follows. Definitely it will inversely affect the quality of the crops. So the degradation in the quality you can see, the poor germinative capacity, decoloration of the products, or you can see the produce, and loss in weight. So all these factors in the grains can you can see. All these led to the poor marketability and a heavy economic losses. So this has to be take care of. So we can take few precautions to avoid this loss. Okay. So what are those precautions we can take to avoid this weight loss? So these are the precautions we can take while storage of the grains. First, these preventive measures are, or you can say the control measures, is the proper storage of grains can be done by proper treatment and systematic management of the warehouses or storehouses. First, strict cleaning of the produce before storage. Before storage, you have to clean the produces or the crops. The cleaning should be done very properly. Next, proper drying of the produce, first in the sunlight, then in the shade. First, it should be dried in a sunlight and after in a shade, that the moisture should not remain in the produces. Next, fumigation using chemicals can kill the pests. Fumigation should be done. Next, the effective containers. Now for the storage, the effective containers should be used, which are airtight, moisture impervious, and thermally insulated and rodent proof. So by implementing these techniques, we can store the grains for the long time. So this is all about the plants. Like first, I explained you about how we can improvise our crop yield for the better for the better production. So to improvise the crop yield, first we have to go through the variety and then the production and the protection. So these measures, by implementing these all three measures, we can have a good yield. So children, we completed this plant part. Now for the next class, we will start the animal husbandry. How we can keep the animals, in a suitable environment for getting the proper production. So all of you complete your notes with the PDF notes which I am providing it with the video, as well the blackboard work. You can also take the help of blackboard work and complete your notes. So thank you for today.